Hello, I'm IBX Toycat and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be answering a question I get so much in the comments section when I do similar videos to this, and that is, Toycat, why don't you make a video on the best food in Minecraft for Xbox and Minecraft for PlayStation? And, the answer to that is, well, there would be a really simple answer, and that is the Enchanted Golden Apple. This is the best food in the game because in exchange for just, a few gold blocks and an apple, you get yourself a food which restores some hunger, gives you 2 extra hearts, gives you resistance, gives you regeneration at a much faster rate, and it's just a pretty great all-round food. So you might be like, oh, well, I kind of want the best food that is more realistic than that. And then depending on your criteria, you'll get different foods. So this video is kind of to explain how hunger works, how food works, and what the best food is for you depending on what you want from a piece of food. So please do like the video if you do like it. It helps out the channel a lot, and it lets me know you do like it. And let's get straight into the video. So first of all, let me explain this wall, or these 5 walls, are actually from a video I made about a year and a half ago explaining all the different types of foods. So if you wonder why they're sorted like this, the food over there is the best, the Enchanted Golden Apple and the Golden Apple, and the food over here at the right is the worst of the spider eye and the the rotten flesh and stuff, and that's where the various things at the top are meant. That's just explanation of what's going on there. The further left you go, the better the food gets. But why is that the case? And what makes food better than others? So there are 2 major characteristics of food that make them good and make them bad. So there is hunger. This is the one everyone knows. If you look at the hunger bar right there, the amount of hunger it restores is the amount of those things that go up. So for instance, if I eat 1 slice of cake, my hunger goes up by 1 little bar right there. And it also there's a second hidden value that most people don't know about that is just about as important as hunger, and that is saturation. So this is kind of basically a behind-the-scenes hunger bar that when it is, when it depletes, that means your hunger starts draining. So you technically kind of have 20 hunger if you include your saturation. It's confusing, but for now, just bear in mind every food has a hunger value and a saturation value. And some foods you'll notice when you need to eat faster again. That's because they have such a low saturation value. So why are these foods useful at all? Why does there need to be a second hidden bar? This means that you can have foods that get you up to full hunger really quickly. So for instance, the cake here, which will just punch out the frame and eat. The cake here is really great to just place down, eat as fast as you can, and you get 7 hunger bars for each slice of cake you eat. But you don't get much saturation, and you'll notice your saturation drains because your hunger bar will start to jitter. You can see mine's like jumping up and down right now. That is a sign that my saturation is empty, and it means that if I sprint around a bit, you'll notice my my hunger bar will go down very fast. So, that's how that works. So, one of the best foods you could argue is probably the cake for this reason, because although it's awful for saturation, which is very important, it's great. Let's actually turn off the daylight cycle. It's great because, instead of, just being all about saturation and keeping you going, this gets you up to max really quickly, and it means if you have a stack of cakes in your inventory, which is, 64 cakes, it's way better than a stack of, bread or something, because each of the cakes can heal 7 hunger bars, which means if you just want to get to the top, heal up, and then not worry about it for a little bit, that's what the cake is great for. However, a lot of people don't want that. A lot of people find that's not so great, so I wouldn't say the cake is the best food overall, but it is one of the contenders depending on your situation. And also it's kind of cool because it works as a block, so you can stand on the cake and you can brag about your food. You can share the food with other people by, you can all share a cake. There's a few really good benefits to it, but for the most part, I don't think most people would argue cake is the best. So, what food does give good saturation then if the cake gives a really bad saturation? And the answer to that one is the best saturation in the game comes from the golden carrot, and this would probably be the food I'd argue is the best because the 3 real contenders for best food that's reasonable that isn't cake is probably going to have to be the cooked pork chop, the cooked steak, and the golden carrots. So the cooked pork chop and the cooked steak give you less saturation but more hunger. These give you 4 hunger bars and, just a little bit more less saturation than the golden carrot, which gives you the most saturation you can get from a single item in the game. So this food is, the golden carrot is the food you want to eat if you want to eat and then not have to eat for a very long time. You want to go out, do your thing, do that sort of thing for a very long time. The golden carrot is excellent for that, and I would totally recommend it, probably as the best food in that regard. And the, steak and the cooked pork chop are, they're kind of there because if you're going from like 0 to max quite frequently, but you want to do it in a short amount of time, these are there because, to go from 0 to 10, it takes you just, it takes you 4 golden carrots, but it'll only take you 3 of these, or, a piece of bread and one of these, which is pretty useful. You could argue that's like a steak sandwich or something, but yeah, that is why these foods exist, but I do still recommend the golden carrot. And you might think, well, the golden carrot isn't really reasonable. You can farm, pigs, you can farm cows, but you can't really farm gold. And the answer to that is you can farm gold, as you might know if you watch my channel. So golden carrots are the most tricky only food to make that can be reliably farmed, perhaps besides the Enchanted Golden Apple, because basically if you get a gold farm and you get a carrot farm, you get gold ingots from the gold farm, you get carrots from the carrot farm, and you can make these food, and this is the food you show to signify, I've mastered food, I've got golden carrots, I don't have to worry about it, because you eat these. And now for the rest of this video, you'll notice I won't get hungry again. Not that that's saying too much, because it'll be reasonably short. But yeah, that's why the golden carrot is the best. So, just to quickly talk about a few other foods, what if you're thinking, well, I just want the easiest food. I don't want to go through the effort of making a gold farm, which takes so much obsidian. I don't want to go through the effort of getting loads of cows together, breeding them every time I want to eat. I just want to eat and then be done with it. So then, I would argue the best food in the game is the mushroom stew. So this does only refill 3 hunger bars, which is actually the same as the golden carrot, and it gives a little less saturation than both the carrot and the both those things combined. But this food right here is really great because all you need is a mushroom. You put the bowl to the mushroom and you get a bowl of soup. So this is the easiest food to get in the game. There's no fishing, there's no farming anything, it's just left click bowl on cow, a mushroom, make thing happen. So that's why I'd argue mushroom soup could be the best. So depending on your needs, either the cake is the best because this is the most hunger you can fit into one slot. The mushroom soup might be the best because it's the easiest thing you can get. The steak might be the best because you can farm it and get the fastest from 0 to max if you want to make sure that you also get some saturation with it. And if saturation is your big thing, if you don't want to go hungry again very quickly, then the golden carrot. And if you like sarcastic responses that are technically true, the Enchanted Golden Apple is of course the best. So yeah, that is the current situation. With a new update, the rabbit stew comes into the game and changes everything. It gives you, I believe it's 5 hunger bars or 10 hunger points, which is just insane, and yeah, that does all change. But for now, the best food depends on what you want, and hopefully this video did help you out in some way. If it does, please do like the video and let me know. My alarm is about to go off and let me know I need to take something out of the oven, so I'm going to be really quick here. So like the video if you like it, share it if you really like it, and subscribe if you are new around here. I do videos like this every single day on my channel, and if you subscribe, you'll see them on your homepage and stuff. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.